Welcome to CH225 course on Statistical Data Analysis for Chemists. I am your instructor, Anil Kumar. These are my contact details. This is video 1 in this series. This video will give you the general introduction of this course. The main learning from this course will be how to use statistical analysis of the historical data to predict future outcomes. This is the first step in the direction of the machine learning process for artificial intelligence. The learning progression will mainly be along the following lines. We will first have a quick introduction to the importance of statistical data analysis in day-to-day life. We will then spend some time learning how to represent data using various graphical images. As we all know, that pictures are the best way to communicate. We will then learn how to summarize data sets using some key parameters. Information about these key parameters helps us in understanding the underlying data set. We will then develop a model for the relationship between the current information. We refer to this as sample to the future outcome, which is referred to as population. We will learn the analysis of normal and standard normal distributions. For this, once we have developed these models, we will use these to predict future outcomes. We will then develop some tests to validate our predictions. This is called hypothesis testing. We will then move on to the linear regression analysis. These are the two key resources we will be using for this course. I also want to inform you that this course is common across the universities, and therefore, if you search the internet using statistical data analysis as a keyword, you will find large number of good resources. You are free to follow any of the available resources. I think it will be surprising if I tell that every one of you is an expert data analyst. I think most of you will not agree. This is because you do data analysis and predictions in everything you do in daily life, but without realizing that you are doing it. Let me make it clear with few examples. You all have likes and dislikes for almost everything. You also make selection whenever multiple options are provided. Even you know what type of people you would like to be friendly with, what type of people you are comfortable in doing business with. All these and many more action of yours in day-to-day life are based on your past experience. Therefore, you use your previous experiences as the guiding principle for your future course of actions. This is nothing but the data analysis. Therefore, it is true that you all are trained data analysts, but you have been doing this without any formal structure in place. And you can only do this for things which you have seen or experienced. Given a new situation which you have never been exposed to, you will find it difficult to make a selection. Therefore, it is very important to learn the structured data analysis, and this will help you in arriving at the informed decision, independent of your past experience. And this will be the prime focus of this course, wherein we will be taking our first step towards the structured methods of data analysis. The very first question to be asked is, what are statistics? Statistics include facts and figures. Let us look more deeper into it. The study of statistics involves math and relies upon calculations of numbers. But it also relies heavily on how the numbers are chosen and how the statistics are interpreted. You will find that the numbers may be right, but the interpretation may be wrong. Let us now look into few examples wherein facts and figures are provided, along with an interpretation. Try to identify a major flaw with each interpretation. Here is one of the fact. Mumbai reported the highest number of COVID cases during this pandemic. The interpretation is that the people of Mumbai are unhealthy. Do you think something is wrong with this conclusion? Yes, the large positive outcome can also be a result of large number of tests, and hence, not necessarily reflects the health of the residents. Here is another fact. Number of interreligious marriages is steadily going up. The conclusion is that the society has become more liberal. What could be wrong with this interpretation? A major flaw is that we don't have the information that we need. What is the rate at which marriages are occurring? Suppose, 25 years ago, only 1% of marriages were interracial. Now 1.75% of marriages are interracial, though the increase is 75%. This number is hardly evidence suggesting the acceptability of interracial marriages. In addition, the statistic provided does not rule out the possibility that the number of interracial marriages has seen dramatic fluctuations over the years, and this year is not the highest. Again, there is simply not enough information to understand fully the impact of the statistics. Let us look into another example. IIT graduates do better in life compared to other graduates. The interpretation is that IIT provide the best education. Is this correct? Maybe or maybe not. Another reason for the same could be that the best students join IIT. As a whole, these examples show that statistics are not only facts and figures. They are something more than that. In the broadest sense, statistics refers to a range of techniques and procedures for analyzing, interpreting, displaying, and making decisions based on data. So why it's so important to learn statistics? It enables one to come to an informed decision, rather than being influenced by someone else's interpretation of the facts and figures. Like most people, you probably feel that it is important to take control of your life. But what does this mean? Partly, it means being able to properly evaluate the data and claims that bombard you every day. If you cannot distinguish good from faulty reasoning, then you are vulnerable to manipulation and to decisions that are not in your best interest. Statistics provides tools that you need in order to react intelligently to information you hear or read. In this sense, statistics is one of the most important things that you can study. To be more specific, here are some claims that we have heard on several occasions. We are not saying that each one of these claims is true. Eating vegetables and fruits keeps you healthy. IIT graduates are smarter than other graduates. Gujaratis and Marwaris do well in any business. Jews are very intelligent. Sleep improves focus. All of these claims are statistical in character. We suspect that some of them sound familiar. If not, we bet that you have heard other claims like them. Notice how diverse the examples are. Statistics are often presented in an effort to add credibility to an argument or advice. You can see this by paying attention to television advertisements. Many of the numbers thrown about in this way do not represent careful statistical analysis. They can be misleading and push you into decisions that you might find cause to regret. For these reasons, learning about statistics is a long step towards taking control of your life. It is not, of course, the only step needed for this purpose. However, learning statistics will make you an intelligent consumer of statistical claims. You can take the first step right away. To be an intelligent consumer of statistics, your first reflex must be to question the statistics that you encounter. The British Prime Minister, Benjamin Disraeli, is quoted by Mark Twain as having said, "There are three kinds of lies: lies, damned lies, and statistics." This quote reminds us why it is so important to understand statistics. So let me invite you to reform your statistical habits. From now on, no longer will you blindly accept numbers or findings. Instead, you will begin to think about the numbers, their sources, and most importantly, the procedures used to generate them. I have put the emphasis on defending ourselves against fraudulent claims wrapped up as statistics. I close this section on a more positive note. Just as important as detecting the deceptive use of statistics is the appreciation of the proper use of statistics. You must also learn to recognize statistical evidence that supports a stated conclusion. Statistics are all around you, sometimes used well, sometimes not. We must learn how to distinguish the two cases. With this brief introduction, let us now get to work.